Let me transform this guy real quick. Here he is next to Generation Springer. I might even review this guy if you want me to.
That was 2 years ago. No one wanted me to review it, but fuck it. Hey, my name is Jobby, and if you don't know what Transformers is, it's that hit film series directed by Michael Bay that everybody loves.
I am directly below!
As for some background on the character, who fucking cares? But every Transformers fan seems to love him because he's a triple changer, which means more content for you and more work for me. So get comfy, whip out your dinkus, or just turn off your computer because you're playing Zelda right now. No one's gonna watch this fucking video. The painting and the sculpting on this figure is great. Among the small cesspool that's known as the Transformers fanbase, this figure is considered one of the best to come out in recent years. And yeah, I'm gonna suck this guy off too. I really like this figure. Something about the clean paint apps and the anime-esque proportions. And when I say anime-esque, I mean long, sexy legs and a tiny torso. Those aspects of the figure really sets it apart from what Hasbro usually puts out. And that's not to knock this figure. I'm just saying that Springer has a sort of presence that's not found in most Hasbro toys. But there's just a tiny thing that bugs me. And it's not about the figure, no. It's about the box. Artwork looks fantastic, but why does Hasbro insist on posing their figures like they have Parkinson's? It's mistransformed. The official fucking photo is mistransformed. I can't even. Oh, say, can you say? Springer's not the only victim of this. Most Transformers that come out here in America usually have shitty promotional images. So in my last video, when I said Hasbro levels are bad, I wasn't talking crap about this figure, you little swivel. I was merely saying that Hasbro does a disservice to all of their figures by taking photos like this. I mean, who do they have on the marketing team? Michael Bay? But anyway, fuck that. Check out this light piping. If that doesn't want to make you put down your Joy-Cons, insert Nintendo Switch tag here. So great painting, great proportions, shitty picture, and some pretty cool accessories. First of all, you get a sword, and as cool as he looks with sword in hand, maybe you want that wandering samurai look. And that leaves his hand open for this big-ass gun, which, in my opinion, goes against the sleek aesthetic of the rest of the figure. This just looks like a typical Transformers missile launcher. Again, you can store this weapon on his back. And if the gun itself wasn't overkill enough for you, you can combine the sword and the gun. Insert it into my anus. But these cool-ass accessories would be useless without some good old-fashioned ball joint at the head, can look up really far and not that far down. Loose ball joint at the shoulder, can move up. Rotation at the arm, bicep meme. Bend at the elbow, swivel at the wrist. Rotation at the legs, can move back that far. Beautiful spread, swivel at the thigh. Bend at the knee, and there's no ankle pivot, but the feet are sculpted at an angle to simulate what an ankle pivot can do. Why not just give us an ankle pivot? Fuck. So this guy has decent posability, but I might have been spoiled by Bandai recently because the lack of ankle pivot on this guy makes me a sad man-child. Let's do some size comparisons. Here's Masterpiece Optimus Prime, Figma Madoka Kaname, SH Monster Arts Godzilla, and the Transformers Generations Voyager class Blitzwing. And I'll review this figure if you want me to. Fuck if you want me to. I'll review it probably 2 years after this video. So the robot mode is awesome, definitely the best part of this figure, but his alternate modes aren't too bad either. Except for the helicopter, that one's kind of And here we have the helicopter mode. You know how I said a few seconds back, or 1 second back if you skip the transformation, how this mode was a little I was half lying. I just needed a segue to the transformation. Because I think this helicopter mode is not bad. Definitely looks nothing like an actual helicopter, or maybe it does, I'm not knowledgeable about these things. But regardless if it's accurate to a real-life helicopter or not, it's a weird-ass looking helicopter. But I do love how the sword becomes the rotary blades. Beautiful use of a weapon which in any other Transformers figure would just have gotten in the way. But what about that big, clunky gun? Even that accessory can be attached to this mode. Fucking beautiful. This being a helicopter, kinda pointless to talk about the posability, but if you're as clever and as desperate as I am, you could say the rotary blades are just one big side comparison. Prime, Madoka, Godzilla, Blitzwing. So the helicopter mode is fine, but definitely the mode they sacrificed for the sake of... Here we have the armored car mode. I love this thing. It's basically a sprite-colored Batmobile. I mean, I wear a Batman mask and I haven't made a single Batman joke. What is my fucking life? This is definitely the best alternate mode on this figure. The only problem I could pick out is that the front of the car kinda has a weird split thing going on due to the transformation. But I don't know, just the minor complaint to pad the video even more. And a little detail that I highly appreciate is how the headlights are transparent green plastic. Just adds a little bit of class to the figure. And the fact that you can store the sword under the car, cum-worthy. I love my weapon storage. And just like the helicopter mode, you can attach the gun to this mode. The gun integration in this mode is not quite as smooth as the helicopter, but it's pretty cool when you consider that he's basically a high-speed tank. As for posability on this mode, size comparison. Prime. So let's get it back to that robot mode and end this shit. Overall, this figure's awesome. I would even go so far as to say that this figure is amazing compared to what we usually get from Hasbro. And I don't know how much this figure is nowadays, but it's definitely worth 30 bucks, and I paid 20 for it. I only really reviewed this figure because I'm running out of cash, ideas, self-esteem. My toy box treats me right. So for the next video, it all depends on how things go while I'm recording this. Either I fast-track this review, or Sugar Daddy comes back to us. I'm not counting on it. I knew you'd come through, Papi!